Hi there, my name is Jennifer Eastman Hinkle, and my presentation for my book project is on The Artist's Way, A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity, and it is by Julia Cameron. You may know her or recognize her from being the ex-wife of Martin Scorsese, which is just a little bit of trivia for you. But I was given this book, and this is the actual copy. I was given this book back in probably 1994. I had just recently graduated from college, which yes, that definitely dates me. But nevertheless, I had graduated with majors in art and art history along with the design degree. And I found myself in a job that wasn't necessarily all that creative right out of college. So a friend and coworker actually gave me this book as a birthday gift, and I wish I would have made it more a priority to read. You always look back and think, oh, if I only had this back then and what you'd do differently. But now is the right time. And so I wanted to share that I did have a chance to read this and work through the book and do quite a few of the exercises. And I'm still working through the book because, as Julia Cameron would say, the artist's way is a journey. It's not necessarily a destination. So I want to begin by letting you know that this particular book is developed around a 12-week course. And each of the weeks focus on something unique. But I want to share with you two non-negotiables before we start. The first non-negotiable is that of the morning pages. Now, I don't know if you like to journal, if you like to write, but she has mandated that morning pages are a part of the process to freeing your inner creative sense of beingness. So that means exactly what it is: getting up in the morning early and writing at least 3 pages long in handwritten writing. So pen to paper. Now, it doesn't matter what you actually write. It's the process of making yourself sit down, carve out some time, and actually get it done. So maybe it's a journal in stream of consciousness form. Maybe it's a laundry list of things that you feel like you need to do. It doesn't matter. It could even be working on a sermon. I know for me, I do take time in the mornings. Maybe it's not 3 exact long written pages, but nevertheless, I get it in there. It's working on a sermon or a fresh book idea. And I'm able to put pen to paper, so to speak, and get things done. And I feel more inspired for doing it. I would suggest that you don't make morning pages night pages, because at the end of the day, you will be tired. And you want to approach this sense of nurture with a fresh start by getting up in the morning. I wanted to remind you, as you do these morning pages, not to let your inner critic take over and say negative things to you in your own mind. It doesn't matter what you write. It matters that you write. Good morning. It's about 5:15 and I wish I could sleep another 45 minutes longer, but I have chosen to honor one of the non-negotiables in the book, The Artist's Way, which I'm presenting for class. So what the author, Julia Cameron, tells us is that each and every morning we are to get up and handwrite in some stream of consciousness way our thoughts. Our morning pages is what she calls them. And so it definitely is morning, and I'm trying to stay on the down low so I don't wake Frank or the kids. But I did find this beautiful journal from TJ Maxx, which was only a couple bucks, and I thought, what a great way to get a fresh start and start a new habit of morning pages. So I also bought myself a nice pack of color pens so that I can make this fun and exciting. I encourage you to do the same thing. Hopefully you'll stick with it. This is the first day for me, so I am off to a good start. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Now, for the next thing I want to share with you, this is the second non-negotiable that's a part of the Artist's Way 12-week program. That involves taking yourself on an artist's date. To nurture the inner artist within, this means not to bring someone else along. This means going somewhere where you can restock the pond and refill your well. I want to share with you, I think it's important that we take time for ourselves. And I find that often I feel guilty if I take time for myself, but I do realize that this is really important to be able to nurture my own sense of being, whether it's through creative acts or whether it's just quiet time. It helps really center who I am. And I'm actually a better wife and a better mother and a better pastor and teacher and preacher and friend for doing so. So please do not skip these artist dates. These should occur at least one day a week. Well, hello there, everyone. I just wanted to invite you along on one of my artist dates. It is one of the non-negotiables. The first, if you remember, is morning pages. The second non-negotiable in the Artist's Way and the journey to your creative self is to schedule time for yourself, and time for yourself alone, not managing somebody else, not working with your children, not helping your husband or your spouse, not doing something for the church. You can't double dip. So you have to make sure that you are mindful of spending time with yourself. Julia Cameron calls this opportunity, every week that you do it, which is what you're supposed to do, an opportunity to refill the well and to restock the pond. Now, I believe that the greatest commandment that we know about, that Jesus instructs us on, is that we need to love the Lord our God with all of our being, all of our muchness, right? Our mind, our soul, our spirit, our body, everything we've got, and then to love our neighbor as ourselves. But you can't really love your neighbor as you love yourself unless you find time for you and self-care. So that's one of the things that Julia Cameron really makes a point of communicating, is that it's so important to spend time with your inner artist. And so today, on this glorious, glorious Saturday morning, I am taking an artist date with myself, by myself, for myself, to just wander around our neighborhood. Actually, it's just a simple walk, but I don't know if you can see in the background all of the crazy, beautiful landscape of the Josephinum Pontifical College.